Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and today we're going to check out a Chap Mei set. It's not every day we get to check out some Chap Mei stuff. I love Chap Mei. I've been a big fan of them for a very long time, and absolutely love the fact that they are still producing dinosaur figures to this day. And not only that, but they're producing Dino Valley figures. And I really like the Dino Valley line because it has like its own really cool creative story behind it where humans and dinosaurs are living together currently. And I think that's neat because it really allows you to create kind of any exaggerated dinosaur. And, it's okay because dinosaurs would have continued to evolve. So the fact that we kind of have like, that storyline to it where these dinosaurs are still alive, in modern times with human beings and stuff, it allows you to have that really cool exaggerated Chap Mei style with pretty much any dinosaur, and it's totally okay. So again, they have a pretty fun story for a really cool line, and here you can see what we've got included is what appears to be an Allosaurus. We have a human character, a Pterosaur, as well as a vehicle, and it looks like some weapons over there. The box art sports that really nice Dino Valley logo in the bottom left-hand corner, as well as an image in the bottom right-hand corner of what appears to be a Tyrannosaur of some kind chasing down two people. And then we, of course, have the Chap Mei logo in the upper left-hand side. And then if we take a look, first of all, over here at the side, you could see, again, an image here giving us like a sneak peek of the fact that the Allosaurus has some articulation, showing us that we could put the human in the vehicle. And then an image down here, again, some really cool artwork of that time what appeared to be some sort of theropod chasing down a vehicle. And then here on the back, you can see what's included in the set in the upper right-hand corner, as well as the bottom left. We have an image of a different set from Chap Mei that we will actually review as well very soon. So let's go ahead and pop this out and check them all out. So we've got our Dino Valley vehicle. We also have our Allosaurus, who I guess actually let's move them over this way so we can get a nice view of everything included. We've got the Pterosaur here, which looks to be a Quetzalcoatlus, as well as the weapons. And then our human figure mercenary. Whoa, right on his face he went. Our mercenary human figure, again, I'm not sure what you would call him. I also don't know why I can't get him to stand right now. Wow, what's going on with this guy? Okay, we're just going to lean him there. I don't know why he's for some reason really top heavy, but you can get a look at everything that's included here in this set out of the packaging. Definitely looks fun. You can obviously tell that the Allosaurus, unfortunately, has a really short tail, but again, that's something that you've seen quite often over the years when it comes to the Chap Mei figures, is like shorter tails, and then, of course, screw holes and things like that. That's just something that's very common when it comes to the Chap Mei line, so not anything that I would take away points for as far as this release. It seems like it's following right in the same line of all of the previous Chap Mei releases that I've been able to acquire and add to my collection, and this one definitely looks fun. The Allosaurus specifically has an absolutely awesome looking sculpt and a pretty fun paint scheme. So let's go ahead, jump straight to a closer look at these right now. So taking a look at the human figure that is included in the set, you can see he has a very nice sculpt. Almost looks like Vin Diesel a little bit, I think. You can see he's got some pretty nicely sculpted out hair painted with a black coloration. We have the eyebrows as well as the eyes painted and applied very nicely on the face of our human character. As you lead down here into the body, you can see that he's got kind of like a vest on. You can also see that he has a very nice bluish tone of color to the jacket, but we also have like a slightly different shade here of color for the sleeves. It's almost like it's hard to tell probably on camera, but here in person it kind of looks like a bluish green, whereas this is a little bit of a brighter blue. But as you move down, you can see that he has some really nice detail included when it comes to his outfit. You can see the pants are painted with a brown, kind of like a khaki brown. The coloration of the boots and everything is the same as far as his pants, but the detailing is really, really well done. Like, you could see a lot of like creasing and everything in his clothes. Just generally a ton of detail included on our mercenary here. And it really does look good. Again, it's not anything that's overly crazy impressive as far as the paint scheme, paint application, or anything. It's not like they got super detailed, pretty much right what you would expect as far as a Chap Mei release goes, and I feel like it looks very nice. Again, a pretty fun human character, something that kids will certainly love. And then as far as articulation goes, you do have articulation in the neck, and that actually works very nicely. You can also see we have articulation in the shoulder, and then we have articulation in the legs. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. I don't see any swiveling or anything in the midsection. So kind of like your basic articulation for a human character, but it all works really well on this figure. Very smooth articulation. We've also got all kinds of fun stuff here as far as like weapons. We've got binoculars, all sorts of extras that are included that again you would have to cut off. You can see that it is all that same coloration of a very dark gray, so no actual paint application applied other than that one individual tone, but all of it has that very nice, very realistic, and very highly detailed appearance to it, just like our human character did. And then we have our Pterosaur, and that has a really neat looking paint scheme straight away. You can see that we have a very cool like reddish brown color for the body, and then we have a really neat design with all sorts of flashy greens throughout the course of the wing, running up along the spinal column, and then of course out here onto the other side of the wing. And then you also can see that we have some of that green there in the head. We don't have any eye color though, which is strange. Would have been nice to see like some pupils painted out or something on the figure. The figure absolutely has a very similar look to the Schleich version, I can definitely say that. But there's also some very strong differences that I can pick up on, like the hands are way different than what you would see on the Schleich version. You can also see the feet are very different. The pose is also different, but I don't know if maybe the Schleich version was maybe the inspiration for this figure or exactly what, but it definitely has a very, very strong resemblance to the Schleich Quetzalcoatlus. But as a whole, I feel like they did do a pretty good job on this one, but the one thing that it really needed would have been some eye paint. However, again, this is just one of those really fun little extra figures that they include, so it's not anything that's like a big concern missing the eye paint, because the star of the show is definitely this Allosaurus, and the Allosaurus has a very cool look to it. You can see detail-wise, again, this thing is jam-packed when it comes to really cool-looking sculpt and detail, and that's one thing I've always been impressed about when it comes to the Chap Mei line, is just how much detail they cram into their figures. Like when it comes to really neat scale detail, I don't know that you'll ever find anyone that produces a figure with as much really neat-looking scale detail as what you usually find on a Chap Mei product. You can see we have almost like an armored type of a look for the upper part of the Allosaurus. You can also see that we have like some scoots running up here over the top of the Allosaurus crest. Some really nice coloration is we have a very dark gray that's kind of bordered here with a yellow stripe, and then you have like a reddish brown, and then some more of those black kind of splotches there around on the face. The eye is painted with a yellow, given a black pupil. We do have an articulated jaw. You can see the teeth are painted with a white. They look pretty good, and you can see that once we open the mouth, we do have the tongue in there. I don't know what we have going. Nothing really on the top of the mouth, but we do have a tongue included. You can see a pretty nicely textured tongue, although it is down really far inside the lower jaw. But the articulated jaw works really, really smoothly. Like you can open that to any distance that you would like. Really nice articulation on the figure. As you lead up here to the back, you have some nice ridges running along the back of the dinosaur, and you can see that this little area here has some nice yellows applied to it, kind of a glossy yellow, which really makes that area stand out, and I think was a neat idea to give the dinosaur some beautiful flashiness right there in that area. As you continue to move down into the course of the dinosaur, well, straight away you can see some fantastic looking scale detail there in the lower jaw, but moving down here into the neck, you can see like some skin wrinkles, skin folds, as well as some more really nice scale detail. You've got some osteoderms poking up here and there, as well as again a very armored type of a look to the back of the Allosaurus. Moving down through the course of the body, you have a very, very strong looking arm here. The muscle definition is pretty much off the charts, and as you move down, you can see more osteoderms and stuff poking up within the arm of the Allosaurus. Pretty nice looking, kind of menacing looking at the same time. Hand sculpt for our Allosaurus. You can see that the nails are very nicely sculpted out. Unfortunately, no paint on the nails, but this is one of the like lower priced versions of these Chap Mei figures, so I don't really expect all that much when it comes to paint work. At least we do have paint running the entire course of the figure. But you can see again here in the stomach region, we have some really nice scale detail, as well as again some more osteoderms and some more of those black kind of spots picking up here and there. We continue to have that armored look here running along the back with those ridges. The ridges kind of increase and decrease in size through the course of the entire figure. As you lead down here into the thigh is absolutely defined to the max when it comes to musculature. This dinosaur definitely does not skip his gym days, and you can see as you move down, you've got the kneecap present there in the front, calf muscle there in the back, again some more osteoderms as you run down the course of the figure. And then leading down here into the foot, you can see the foot looks pretty good. The toes are all kind of sculpted together, which, you know, is okay, I guess, but it could have been better if the toes were kind of spread apart. But I've, again, seen this style figure before. That's usually how they do it, with the toes sculpted together. You can see, unfortunately, again, though, we don't have any nail paint, but the skin detail down here in the foot is absolutely phenomenal. And then as you lead back up here into the tail, again, you can see that we do have a really short tail, but you can also see that we have some more really nice detail leading out into the tail. I have seen a much larger version of the Allosaurus from Chap Mei that does have a bit of a longer tail, but again, that I think is exclusive to the bigger version. But if we take a look here at the opposing side, again, being one of these really cool kind of articulated figures, you're not really going to see too much difference over here, but what you can see is that we do have screw holes on this side, unfortunately. But again, that's something that you always see on Chap Mei figures. I don't know that I've ever seen a Chap Mei figure without those classic screw holes, so that's definitely something that is to be expected when purchasing a Chap Mei dinosaur. So kids clearly aren't going to care, something that may be a little bit of an issue for adult collectors like me, but once you've been collecting the Chap Mei line for so long, you're really pretty much used to the screw hole thing at this point. And again, I don't think it really takes away too much from the figure. The sculpt looks great over here, just like it did on the initial side. Really neat looking paint application, nothing overly flashy or crazy, but really nice looking overall. Definitely gives it a flashy appearance, but at the same time a pretty nice natural appearance. You have some difference in the sculpting of the legs, though. The arms look like they're pretty much the same, but the legs, you can see this leg is trailing, whereas the opposing leg is leading on the Allosaurus. So definitely a pretty fun Allosaurus figure. It is really light. It's definitely a hollow figure, I can tell that much. And you can see that on the insides of the legs, we have like some areas that don't include the material here, like you have kind of like some gaps in the legs. And again, I've seen this a lot before with this style figure as well. But again, definitely a fun Allosaurus. And then we have the vehicle, and the vehicle as well, again, has those awesome classic Dino Valley logos there, those stickers on it. And as a whole, it looks okay. It doesn't have, crazy amounts of detail to it, but what it does include definitely looks nice. Some pretty nice coloration, as we have a really appealing tone of orange for the majority of the vehicle. You also have kind of like a little area back here where you could connect a trailer or something if you happen to have one. Again, the Dino Valley logo over here as you move through the course of the vehicle. You can see the front. It looks really nice. We do have another awesome logo up here with the T-Rex there kind of breaking through. Again, the Dino Valley gimmick is absolutely all over this vehicle. And then you also have a button up here that can make some noises. Oh, that's really neat. I like that jungle-like sound to it. Then we have some dinosaur noises. We've also got the vehicle noise in general, so another fun addition to the set. Definitely, again, a lot of bang for your buck when it comes to one of these really cool Chap Mei sets. And the vehicle, as you can see, works really, really smoothly. It definitely moves very nicely. Again, when it comes to a playability standpoint, kids are definitely going to love this set. There's a lot to measure in this set, though, I will say that. So, oh my goodness, this guy's right back on his face. We're just going to lean him back here for right now, and then get a size on everything. So for our human character, we are looking at just a little over the 3 3/4 inch range, so just shy of 4 inches, or almost 10 centimeters. For the Pterosaur, as far as a wingspan goes, it's not all that large. You're looking at about 6 inches, or maybe almost 15.5 centimeters. And then for a length, about 4 inches or 10 centimeters. For the Allosaurus, now I just knocked the vehicle out of the way there, you were looking at about 8 inches or a little over 20 centimeters. And then for a height, about 4 inches or 10 centimeters. And then for the vehicle, from the front to the back, I'd say about 8 3/4 inches, or right around 22.5 centimeters. And then for a height, about a little over 4 1/4 inches, or right around 11 centimeters. For a size comparison, we've got ourselves some classic Chap Mei right here with their Tyrannosaurus. I absolutely love that T-Rex figure here next to the Allosaurus set, and you can get a really good idea again of the fact that this set is much smaller than a lot of other Chap Mei figures. You can really tell that there's some really cool stuff included, but the size overall is a bit on the smaller side. So this Chap Mei Allosaurus set is definitely a fun addition to the Chap Mei line, one that I was actually looking to get into my collection for quite some time. I had seen this one a long time ago online, and I was really impressed with the sculpt of the Allosaurus. I felt like it looked really cool. So having the Allosaurus here to enter into my collection is really fun because I feel like they did do a very good job, as they always do when it comes to like the skin texture and the scale detail and the really cool kind of exaggerated appearance to the Allosaurus. Definitely a very neat looking, very unique looking Allosaurus figure. I wish the tail would have been a little bit longer, but again, with these smaller figures like this, that's usually how they are with the shorter tail. But again, outside of the tail issue, I feel like the sculpt is absolutely awesome. And it does have some pretty fun paintwork, not too much, it's not overly painted or anything, just enough to make it look flashy and really cool. We do have coloration all the way out onto the tail, which is a huge plus that we don't always get from every company, and the smaller size makes it nice and easy and convenient to fit pretty much into any collection. The human figure is also pretty nice, nothing again incredible to write home about, but a nice, very nicely sculpted and painted human figure with some pretty nice articulation. So a fun addition to the set. You have a really cool Dino Valley vehicle, which is always fun, especially if you're buying this for your kid. Again, this is a set that they'll definitely like because you have a lot of playability with the set when it comes to like the extras, the really neat vehicle, and then you also again have the different dinosaurs in the human figure. Well, I guess not really dinosaurs because one is a Pterosaur, and we have again the really neat looking, as far as the coloration goes, Pterosaur that is included in this set. And again, as a whole, I really am a fan of this set. Love the Chap Mei line, love this Allosaurus set right here. So if you are interested in this, I would say head to your local Big Lots. I will try to find somewhere online where you can purchase this, but these Chap Mei sets are kind of a mystery sometimes to buy online, so my suggestion would be to head to your local Big Lots if you have one, because I actually was just there a few days ago, saw some really cool Chap Mei sets there, and that's again a good place to go looking for this set right now. So head on over to your local Big Lots, or again, check the description if I have a link in there. Maybe you can pick it up again from the comfort of your own home, and make sure you also like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.